Oh, what the fuck? Okay, there we go. So now you guys can hear me. Okay, anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about one specific thing before we got into this. So basically what we're going to be doing in this podcast is we're going to be taking a look almost at all 32 teams. And we're actually, it is going to be all 32 teams, but we're going to be taking a look at their first, second, and third round picks and letting you guys know how we thought they did in the draft and where how we think those draft picks are gonna best fit the team. But before we do all that, I wanted to let everybody know. And if you guys no longer want to be, here on the channel or whatever, I completely understand. But we are officially moving to a 100% NFL channel. There will be no more baseball live streams over here. Now, granted, every once in a blue moon, yo, Daniel, what's up, brother? Anyways, every once in a blue moon, we might end up calling a game or two of something random. Like I think this Tuesday, I'm going to end up probably doing the Florida Panthers Boston Bruins game and all that, and we might every once in a blue moon do a Reds game or something still. But I have officially decided that we are going to move this channel forth of what we love to do, which is the National Football League. So we are going to be moving to 100% football only, and everybody seems to be down on it. I asked everybody. I told you guys that I wanted your 100% honest truth opinions on whether you would be down for it or not, and 74% out of the 25% said that they would be down for it. Now, if you decide to leave the channel or whatever because we're moving along, then I'm sorry. I completely understand, and just know that I love you and I thank you for all the support that you've given this channel over the years. But I feel like it's the right thing to do for me, myself, and I. Now, with that being said, with us moving to full 100% NFL, what you guys can expect is, first and foremost, before the NFL season gets going, we are going to try to have up and selling our own merch. Two, we're going to be doing monthly power rankings, weekly podcast of the NFLBoy podcast that we're doing now. We're going to be doing weekly podcast of this. We're going to be doing monthly power rankings once the season gets down there going. And then once the draft rolls around, we're going to be doing, I think, 4 to 5 mock drafts. Once the regular season gets going, once the season gets going, we're going to be doing a handful of preseason games, regular season games, postseason games, and the Super Bowl, of course. And so, yeah, there's going to be a non-stop interaction channel. But except for doing baseball games, we are fully moving along with the NFL. Like I said, from time to time, we might do other sports like hockey or baseball or something like that. But we are moving to 100% nothing but the NFL. So with that being said, anyways, let's go ahead and get the get this pulled up. We're going to be taking a look at the teams. New England Patriots. 2024. All right, let's share the screen now. All right, so first and foremost, the New England Patriots, of course, in the first round, pick number 3 overall. They take Drake May out of North Carolina. I am really excited about this because I felt like the 3 quarterbacks coming in that you knew automatically. Now, I do not agree with this listing. I had Drake May and Jaden Daniels over top of Caleb Williams. But coming in, we knew the top 3 quarterbacks that was going to go off the board was Caleb Williams, Drake May, and Jaden Daniels. We just didn't know which order it was going to go in. And, the Bears took Caleb Williams at 1, Washington took Jaden Daniels at 2, and we took Drake May at 3. And I'm really, really, really happy with this pick. Drake May in his tape gives me a lot of hope. He looks like a quarterback ready caliber quarterback. Like, he looks like he has every tool to be the right quarterback in the New England system since Tom Brady. And that gives me hope. But at the same time, we've seen the trend of North Carolina quarterbacks, and it's not good. Like, the last one we seen was Mitchell Trubisky, and we know how Mitchell Trubisky turned out. And I'm pretty sure the one before Mitchell Trubisky, I can't remember his name, but that dude didn't pan out either. So I'm just hoping Drake May can learn and develop. And I started thinking, and me and my dad was talking about it. Dad was asking me, who's your guys' offensive coordinator? Because Drake May needs someone to develop him right. And I was telling Dad that we got Alex Van Pelt. And if you guys know anything about Alex Van Pelt, he also helped develop Aaron Rodgers and Baker Mayfield, who are Aaron Rodgers is without a doubt a first ballot Hall of Famer, and Baker Mayfield has been a starting quarterback in this league since day one. So, I mean, if anybody can do it, it's going to be Alex Van Pelt to help bring Drake May along. So I'm hoping, moral of the story, I'm hoping Drake May starts the season for New England, and I hope he's the franchise quarterback for years to come. Best believe that when I get some more money, I am going to be buying a jersey. All right. Second round, 37th overall pick. The New England Patriots take wide receiver Jalen Pope, however the hell you pronounce his name. I think it's Polk. And I'm really excited about this, man. At first, I didn't know exactly who he was until I went and watched tape on him, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is an amazing dude. And you guys got to remember, he was working behind Romeo Odunze, who is going to be a true number 1 wide receiver, and Pope still put up over 1,000 yards working behind Romeo Odunze as he was leading the way with what the fuck is his name? God damn it. The quarterback out of Washington. I'm blanking. I can't remember his name now. The Atlanta Falcons took him. Whatever. Michael. I can't remember his name. But anyways, but yeah, this dude is going to be an absolute beast. I hope he can be a true number 1 for New England. New England has not had a true number 1 wide receiver since 2012. And I'm hoping that Poe or maybe KB or someone like that can be this true number 1 that New England has been missing. But, I guess only time will tell. All right, number 3. With the 68 overall pick, offensive tackle, Caden Wallace out of Penn State. I gotta say, this was single-handedly a new tradition for the New England Patriots. never in New England history would you have seen 1, 2, and 3 round picks all be on the offense, and they were all fucking solid in what New England needed. We needed a wide receiver, we needed a quarterback, and we needed an offensive tackle, and that's what we got. And I absolutely loved it. New England nailed it in all 3 of the categories. 1, 2, and 3 rounds were all on the offensive side of the ball, and it was amazing. I got to say, and the New England took another guard in the 4th round, took Javon Baker in the 4th round as well. And I got to admit, man, I'm really excited about seeing Javon Baker, man. I did not know who he was until I watched tape on him. And this man reminds me a lot. And, you know, my dad has a different perspective on him than I do. You know, dad was kind of being a hater and was saying that, you know, where he plays, Colorado doesn't really play anyone too hard and blah this, blah that. You know, when you got an outstanding wide receiver, that's what's gonna happen. Da 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 da. Whatever, being a hater, you know, type shit. But when I went and watched Javon Baker's highlights, this man reminded me of a lot in his highlights of Josh Gordon. And if he can be a Josh Gordon type wide receiver for New England, my God, New England got a good, you know, wide receiver there. So, anyways, in the 6th round, New England took cornerback Marcels Della. And then in round 6 as well, New England took Joe Milton III. And that's going to be a very, very interesting pick there. I've seen a lot of people already saying that. I've already seen a couple of people saying that Joe Milton might outbeat Drake May for the starting job. And I'm like, bro, there's no way. But yeah, that's New England's picks. And then let's go on and get to the next ones. Miami Dolphins. I wish I honestly had a printer that could have printed all these out, but you know, my dumbass printer doesn't want to work, so it is what it is. All right, share the screen here. All right, so the first overall pick for the Miami Dolphins, pick number 21, was Chop Robertson, a linebacker out of Penn State. And let me tell you something, this guy is electric. He can fly all over the place, make almost any stop that you ask him to make, and everything else. It's just amazing how good Chop Robertson is, and he was really good for the Nifty Lions, and he's going to carry that over to the Miami Dolphins and going to be really good as well. In the 2nd round, the Miami Dolphins took Patrick Powell, offensive tackle out of Houston. Honestly, I got to be honest, I have not watched too much on him. So I honestly don't know too much about him. In the 5th round, apparently Miami did not have a 2nd round pick. In the 5th round, a 3rd round pick. In the 5th round, they took Jalen Wright, running back out of Texas. And this is a massive pickup for the Miami Dolphins. Again, I don't know too much about Jalen Wright, but all I know is this is a massive pickup for the Dolphins because the Dolphins have trouble keeping running backs healthy. And so, hopefully Jalen Wright, I don't know if he'll be the starter or not, but hopefully he can keep his people upright. All right, let's go to the New York Jets. All right, we're going to be doing division by division, and then we'll work our way all the way over. So yo, what's up, Connor? Connor is in the building. What's up, Connor? Guys, so Connor, I'm not sure if you was here or not when I announced it, but we're going to be switching to a full-blown on NFL channel. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how it works out. How are you? I'm good, brother. How are you? So yeah, we're not going to be doing any more baseball. It's going to be solely NFL from here on out. We're going to be doing all off-season coverage, all preseason, regular season, playoffs, Super Bowl. We're going to be doing monthly power rankings, weekly podcasts, all that shit. So it's going to be really fun. But yeah. Anyways, so the Jets 2024 draft, their first round pick, 11th overall, was Alu Fernansu, offensive tackle out of Penn State. This is a massive pickup. I understand that Aaron Rodgers did not get injured by anyone, and that it was just, a kind of freak accident. But, accident shit. I can't stop yawning. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, so I understand that it wasn't anyone's fault. It wasn't even a contact play. He was just trying to scramble around from getting tackled and ended up hurting himself there. But this is a massive pickup because you do got a 39, almost 40-year-old quarterback back there trying to play as your starting quarterback. And what better way to make him happy but to get him some help? So, yeah. Today, I went to the Rays-Mets games. Crazy walk-off by the Rays. Nice, Connor. Yeah, we're not gonna be doing any more baseball in here. Now, from time to time, we might do different sports like baseball or hockey or shit like that, but we're not gonna be doing dead on Reds games on here anymore. All right, so they did not have a second round pick. They had a third round pick, and in the third round, they took Mauchu Corrali. However the hell you pronounce that guy's last name. Anyways, he's a wide receiver out of Western Kentucky. Again, I did not watch too much tape on him, but again, it just seems like they're trying to make Aaron Rodgers happy because you got him a little more help here. So, yeah, he's probably going to love that pick as well. And in the fourth round, they took Braylon Allen, running back out of Wisconsin, with the fourth round pick. And this is going to be a really interesting tandem here because you already had a really good running back, and then you already have a really good running back in Bryce Hall. Then you brung in, who was it? I think Dalvin Cook or something like that. And then now you got Allen to go along with Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall. So it's going to be kind of interesting in seeing how everything pays out there as they take Jordan Travis and the fifth round, quarterback out of Florida State. And some people are already saying that he could be Aaron Rodgers' successor here And that would be very, very interesting if they're going to go that route in trying to make him their successor. All right. Anyways, we are moving on to the Buffalo Bills now. Buffalo Bills 2024 draft picks. All right. So with the pick in the second round, the Buffalo Bills were at like 27, 28, and they kept on trading back over and over again. Moved out of the first round, got the first pick in the second round, took wide receiver Kenan Coleman out of Florida State, and that's going to be a very interesting pick because they needed a wide receiver desperately to come along to try to take over for Stephon Diggs. Now they said that they're not going to try to have a true number one this season. They're going to play quarterback by committee. So we'll see how good Kevin Coleman is. Again, this isn't a dude that I know too well. I didn't watch too much tape on him this year. But yeah, we'll see how he does once the regular season gets going. Also in the second round pick at 60 overall, they took the safety out of Utah, Cole Bishop. Again, this isn't a dude that I've watched too much tape on, but they did lose Micah Hyde, who is still a free agent out there at safety. So I guess they just said, we'll replace him with Cole Bishop and see how Cole Bishop can do. So, I guess we'll see. In the third round, they took defensive tackle out of Duke, Dwayne Carter. Again, I don't know too much about him, but I did watch a little bit of tape on him that night when they drafted him. And I got to say, for a defensive tackle, man, he does not look his size, and he is very, very quick on his feet. Like, he can make a quick little move on you. So most people, if he's in there, you might want to double team him because he can make that quick little move on your one guy that you got guarding him and get that stop. Anyways, in the fourth round, yes. All right, sorry about that, guys. My sister called me real quick. Anyways, I love this pick right here. Sut said he went to team in the division, but in the fourth round, 128 overall, the Ray Davis out of Kentucky got picked. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw y'all a curveball. I think Ray Davis will be right up there working with James Cook on being the starting running back this season for the Buffalo Bills. That is a magnificent pick. If you guys do not watch Kentucky football, which I do, that's my favorite team. You know, I live here in Kentucky. So I do for sure watch them. So Devin Larry, which I don't know where the hell he went. I know that he got pitched by someone, but I don't know who picked him. Good luck to whoever did because he is trash. But anyways, he was our quarterback last season, and he fucking sucked. The only reason we even got carried to a bowl, unfortunately, we lost the bowl. But the only reason we even got carried to a bowl was by this man right here with the fourth pick, 128th overall. Ray Davis single-handedly carried us to the bowl. It sucks that we lost it, but yeah, Ray Davis is a fucking beast, man. He's short, and he's short, but he has stock to him, and you're gonna have to at least bring 3 or 4 people on him to bring him down. So that is the AFC East. All right, I just thought about it. Cincinnati Bengals 2024. Okay, we're probably not going to get to all these picks, but we will at least do the AFC East and AFC North, and then we might see where we lie because we still got to go through and give our opinions on how we think they're going to fit onto their teams. Rising Rhinos in the chat. What's up, brother? What's up, Rising Rhino, brother? How are you, man? What's up, my mans? But yeah, anyways, guys, we still got to go through, give our opinions about how we thought the players fit onto the teams and everything like that. So, Rising Rhino in the house. Hell yeah, Rising Rhino, baby. Thank you for being in here, brother. But yeah, anyways, we got to go through, give our opinions on how we think these players are going to fit with their new teams and what we think they might do this season. So that might take a little while, but whatever divisions I do not get to, I will post in the community tab and be writing my statement about how I think the players fit in with those teams. So we will end up getting through all of them, maybe just not on this podcast. Anyways, so the Bengals are up first, and they went right where they needed to go. They needed an offensive tackle because if you guys remember, the last 2 seasons, Joe Burrow has been injured, and last season was absolutely fucking terrible. Right before he got injured, Joe Burrow was getting sacked time after 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 time. It was ridiculous how many times he was getting tackled, and it was, oh man, it was so bad. But anyways, they went out and addressed that with Amarius Mims out of Georgia, and this is massive. I watched Georgia. Of course, they're in the SEC, so they're one of our top rivals. So I do watch their games. And Amarius Mims, dude, is a fucking monster. Like, he will straight set you on his ass. If you think you're even going to blow past that guy, think again. He is putting you on the deck. There is no getting around that guy. So, that's good to hear, Rising Rhino, man. But yeah, Amarius Mims is about to be a beast for the Cincinnati Bengals. And then they went out and took a defensive tackle, Chris Jenkins, in the second round out of Michigan. Again, I didn't do too much tape watching on him, but, you know, he's on the national champions. So how bad could he really be? coming out of Michigan. Michigan has a really good school as well for developing players. So yeah, with the third round pick, they take wide receiver Jamon Burton out of Alabama, and this really, really shocked me because I seen that they took this guy, and then it started making me question: okay, are they gonna maybe try to trade T. Higgins? But no, they kept T. Higgins. The GM came out and said that he's very happy to have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Jermaine Burton on the same team. So, I guess we'll see how that goes. That could be another tandem of a 1-2-3 punch, and it would suck for us. So, all right, let's go to Baltimore Ravens. Draft pick. Ah, you son of a bitch. Draft picks. All right, here we go. All right. So with the first pick, with the first round pick, 30th overall, the Baltimore Ravens took cornerback Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. Now, let me tell you something, guys. When Nate Wiggins' name got called, I could not believe that he had slipped all the way down to 30 to the Baltimore Ravens. It's just unreal how lucky the Baltimore Ravens get. The Ravens literally they lost what is his name? Marcus Peters this offseason, and he goes out and gets a top tier cornerback out of this year's draft in Nate Wiggins. Nate Wiggins is a beast. He was a beast for Clemson. He stopped almost everybody and everything, and I think he's going to do it with the Baltimore Ravens this upcoming season. He should be a beast for the Ravens. With the second round pick 62, they take offensive tackle Roger Rosengarten, I think is how you pronounce his name, out of Washington. I got to be honest, I don't know too much about him, but you can never really go wrong with offensive tackles. Offensive tackles mean a lot in the NFL. With the third round pick, pick 93, they take outside linebacker Addison Isaac out of Penn State. And I got to be honest, I don't know too much about him either. But yeah, you can't go wrong with it. So, that's who took him. Wow. With the 6th round pick, 218th from the from the New York Jets, the Baltimore Ravens took quarterback Devin Leary out of Kentucky. Good luck to the Baltimore Ravens. Devin Leary is ass. Just gonna say that now. Devin Leary is straight dog water. But yeah, anyways, so it is a very interesting draft class to me. All right, let's go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers 2024 draft picks. Share screen. Ah, son of a bitch. I accidentally clicked on something. All right. Okay, there we go. Okay, I wanted to make sure that it had it pulled up there, and it does. So with the first pick in the with the first overall or with the first pick in the first round, the Pittsburgh Steelers spent it on Troy Fortuna, however you pronounce his name. He's an offensive tackle. I can't remember where he comes out of. But he is going to be I think it's Oregon that he came out of, and he is going to be a really good offensive tackle. I did watch tape on him, and he is a shutdown offensive tackle. I thought it was just funny that you go out and get Russell Wilson, your veteran, go out and get Justin Fields, your quarterback, more than likely for the future. And then with the first pick and with your first round pick, you go out and secure whoever is going to be your starting quarterback some help by taking Troy Fatuni or whatever his last name is. And then with the second round pick, they go out and get even more help with Zach Frazier. And again, that's another good pick. I can't remember exactly where he's from, but I did watch tape on Zach. And again, he's a really good center. He was the only center that I thought should have went in the either the late first round, early second round, and that's exactly what he did. He was the only one taken off the board, I believe, in center wise. And then they went out in the third round and got Roman Wilson. And again, I've watched tape on all three of these guys, and Roman Wilson is a beast, man. I would not be shocked if Roman Wilson plays alongside George Pickens. Like, he's going to play the opposite side of George Pickens. And then what's his face? I can't remember his name now. God dang it. The dude that played number 2 for them last year. I can't remember his name. Anyways, he's more than likely going to be moved to the outside. And so, yeah, that or the, slot is what I'm trying to say. So that, dude, 1, 2, and 3 was killer for the Pittsburgh Steelers there. All right. We got the Cleveland Browns up last. Cleveland Browns 2024 draft picks. All right, so with the 54th pick in the second round, I'm guessing that the Browns did not have a first round pick. So with the first pick in the second round, or not the first pick, but the pick 54 in the second round, they took defensive tackle Michael Hall Jr. And I'm not entirely for sure about Hall, but it says in his 3 seasons at Ohio State, Hall tallied 45 tackles, 10 tackles for losses, and 6 sacks. His best season came during the 2023 season, as he set a career high of 24 tackles. And at the 2024 NFL Combine, Hall ranked 3 among defensive tackles within. Holy shit. Okay. So this guy might end up being really, really good for the Cleveland Browns. And that really sucks for us because they already got Myles Garrett. And then you put Hall on the opposite side of Myles Garrett. And that's going to be really fucking scary. You got a 1-2 punch there with Michael Hall and Myles Garrett. And in the second round, okay, I think these are all pictures of Hall here. All right, so in the third round, they picked Zach Zinter. I don't know exactly what he played. Oh, he was a guard in Michigan. He was a guard in Michigan. So you're securing help. And I feel like this is massive for the Cleveland Browns because let's just be honest here. They signed Deshaun Watson to a outrageously high contract. You paid the man, what was it, a 5 to 7 year contract worth $230 to $250 million, something ridiculous like that, fully guaranteed too. It was the first time we've ever seen it be fully guaranteed like that. But yeah, you fully guaranteed him all the money, and that is just a ridiculous amount. And Deshaun Watson got injured last season. He got injured, I want to say, the season before that, and maybe even the season before that. So with the Cleveland Browns since being here, which I think this will make his fourth season, he's only played in like 30, 40 games, if that, in his 3 seasons with being with his team. So, and again, you fully guaranteed this man that money. So hopefully this guard coming out of Michigan will help keep Deshaun Watson upright. All right, so in the 5th round, they take Jamar Thrass, a wide receiver out of Louisville. I got to be honest with you, I did not watch too much tape of him. It says Thrass spent the first part of his college career at Georgia State before he transferred to Louisville for his final season. In his 4 seasons at Georgia State, Thrass caught 104 receptions for 1,752 yards and 12 touchdowns, as well as 3 carries for 10 yards. Then during the 2023 season with Louisville, Thrash caught 63 passes for 858 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns, and 1 carry for 12 yards and a touchdown. Wow, okay. So this guy has really, really good numbers, outstanding numbers. We'll see if he lives up to that when he gets over to playing with Cleveland. But yeah, he's coming out of Louisville, so we'll see how he does. He might not even make the cut on the team. I don't know. But anyways, what we got to do now is we got to go through and we got to give our opinions on how we feel about every single one of those teams. Hey, can you bring me something to drink? An orange pop, and get ready to get on the game. I'm about done. New England Patriots draft picks 2024. All right, we're going to go through New England's draft picks, starting with them. Going to go through and talk about how we feel about these players being on these teams. So, like we said, with the first overall pick, Drake May is there. Do I feel comfortable with it? Yeah, a little bit. Am I also a little bit nervous about it? Yes. Like I said, Drake May has every single tool to be a starting quarterback in the National Football League, to be a franchise quarterback in the National Football League. He has a great arm. His accuracy is really good unless he has pressure in his face, and that's the only thing this man needs to change is when he has pressure in his face, do not make an ignorant throw. Like, you know, so I don't know. I think it's going to be a good pick. I think it's going to turn out well for New England, but I don't want to say it for sure. What's up, Michael? Michael's in the house. But yeah, with the second overall pick, Jalen Polk. Again, I'm hoping Jalen Polk turns out to be really good for New England because New England has not had a true number 1 wide receiver since probably Randy Moss or maybe Josh Gordon. And that's the one thing New England needs is a true number one wide receiver for them. And then we took Caden Wallace. And again, I'm happy about it because last season, and actually I want to say for the past 2 seasons, New England's offensive line has been absolutely fucking trash. And so you love to see them take a offensive tackle here. No, Michael, I do not mean Sky. I mean Michael. All right, I got to be honest. I think we went through almost all the rest of them and gave our opinions on them and everything like that. So I'm feeling good with this 47-minute thing. Guys, so I think next week's podcast is going to be about who is still available on the board and all of that. No, we're not going to be doing the podcast on Sunday nights. I just did it tonight because we missed it on Friday night. I think they're still going to be Friday nights at 8 p.m. is when I'm going to be doing them. Friday nights at 8 p.m. And I think next week we're going to be taking a look at who is still free agents and shit like that. So, yeah, make sure that you stop on by for that. Guys, again, remember, we are done with baseball games. We are solely moving on with the NFL. We might from time to time do baseball games and whatnot, but we're mainly going to be an NFL channel here. 98% of what we do on this channel is going to be from here on out strictly NFL. Anyways, until next week, I actually might do something in just a few days as well on this channel about the NFL. I don't know. Keep an eye out. But anyways, until next week for sure. I'll be back next week for sure. Friday night, 8 p.m. for another podcast. Until then, I'm out. Peace. Unless the news really breaks around the league, and then I'll be back again. So I'm out. Peace. And if any free agents get signed, I will be making videos about that as well. Anyways, until one of those things happen, I'm out. Peace. Thanks, Connor. You as well.